This chart shows the rising prevalence of autism spectrum disorder among children since 2000. Today, the CDC reports that 1 in 36 children is on the autism spectrum, while global ADHD rates sit between 5 and 9%. But as this breakdown of co-occurring conditions illustrates, these diagnoses rarely happen in isolation. Look at the bars for ADHD and sleep disorders. Up to 70% of individuals with ASD also meet the criteria for ADHD. Because both conditions involve shared dysfunctions in dopaminergic circuits and prefrontal striatal networks, their outward behaviors often look identical. Differentiating a repetitive autistic movement from a burst of ADHD hyperactivity using human observation alone is incredibly difficult. Treating these children effectively means untangling these overlapping neurological networks, rather than trying to address isolated labels one by one. To evaluate this immense biological complexity, the medical system relies on episodic office visits and subjective paper rating scales filled out entirely from memory. 99% of a child's authentic behavior happens at home. Once they leave the clinic, care providers lose all visibility, leaving them without continuous, objective data. This creates an evaluation vacuum. Highly potent interventions like stimulant medications and applied behavioral therapies are currently adjusted based on anecdotal guesswork and retrospective reports. Without precise, uninterrupted telemetry from the child's daily environment, precision care remains out of reach. Veespectrum addresses this gap. It is an AI-powered neurobehavioral intelligence ecosystem designed to capture objective, real-world telemetry in the home. The platform functions as a clinical decision support system, providing doctors with continuous, actionable evidence to inform their diagnostic assessments. The central engineering challenge is classification. How do you teach a machine to accurately tell the difference between an ADHD fidget and an autistic hand flap, or predict an episode of emotional dysregulation before it starts? Standard video analysis is insufficient here. Untangling these deeply intertwined behaviors requires a synchronized matrix of both external motion tracking and internal physiological sensors. The external layer uses privacy-preserving depth cameras. These sensors map geometric skeletal movements without capturing identifiable facial features. This chart breaks down Veespectrum sensor inputs. The dark blue segments show the depth camera tracking large macro movements, but the internal layer relies on wearables to capture physiological states. Notice the teal segments. Wrist acceleration isolates micro movements, separating ADHD fidgeting from broader motions. Now look at this radar chart mapping the sensors to specific conditions. Electrodermal activity and heart rate variability metrics, shown in the red and blue bounds, measure internal sensory distress and emotional arousal. This allows the system to catch physiological spikes before an outburst occurs. By fusing these specific modalities, Veespectrum translates chaotic, overlapping human motion into structured clinical intelligence. Placing continuous monitoring equipment inside a child's home requires absolute data security. Veespectrum executes all AI inference entirely on an edge computing device. Powered by the NVIDIA Jetson Orin, the system processes the raw data locally, ensuring no video footage is ever transmitted to the cloud. It operates with a 7-day offline buffer and issues alerts for severe self-injury events in under 5 seconds, maintaining HIPAA and GDPR compliance. This local edge architecture provides the foundation of trust required for families to use the system in their daily lives. For healthcare providers, this is a shift away from subjective parent reporting and toward continuous, measurable behavioral biomarkers. Clinicians can now measure the daily efficacy of applied behavioral analysis, or track how a child responds to a new dose of stimulant medication using verifiable data. As this performance chart details, the engineering targets are rigorous. Veespectrum is aiming for greater than 90% precision in detecting repetitive behaviors and capturing high recall for severe self-injury. This creates a continuous feedback loop, enabling care teams to make rapid, personalized adjustments to a child's treatment plan. Veespectrum is also designed as an open research platform intended to provide scientists with the large-scale behavioral datasets needed to study neurodevelopmental conditions. To execute this, Veebase is seeking university and NDO partners to secure a Google.org grant. This funding will support a large-scale, multi-site clinical validation pilot. This partnership will drive a commitment to expand access to this technology, bringing objective monitoring to underserved communities that often lack specialized clinical care. By monitoring behavior where it actually happens, we can fill the data gaps between clinical visits and build a more responsive, evidence-based care model for every child.